My name is Daniel Locke. I'm a solid waste specialist. Been doing that for almost 10 years. And stay pretty healthy and fit. Work out as much as I can with my wife and I.
Melissa Locke, and I'm now a stay-home mom. I was a single mom for a long time, working as a barista and just doing some side things, art and music and stuff like that. And now I recently got married, and we are a blended family of 7. This one on the way. Now I am 5.5 months.
Yeah, back in January 19th, I got hurt at work, and then I was having some problems when I was eating, kind of wondering what's going on. I kind of had a feeling because I've gone through my EMT class, and was feeling my lower stomach and feeling pain in the lower quadrant area, and that's like where your appendix is. And if you start having pain there, that's probably signs of appendicitis. I went and talked to my doctor and told her the pain that I was going through, and she had said that she wants me to go do a stat MRI. And I went and did the MRI, and the results came back, and I had to do a appendectomy. And it was acute appendicitis, so it was the condition. And I guess an hour and a half after my surgery on February 21st, my wife explained that I quit breathing.
He sounded like he was just exasperating his last breaths. And he was so purple, dark purple, that he could see veins, and he looked really stiff and swollen. And she was trying to call code blue, and I just started breathing in his mouth. And I've never taken CPR, but that's the only thing I can think to do is just to breathe in his mouth and tell him wake up and breathe in his mouth. And at that moment I just kept asking God, are you going to take my husband right now? We're having a baby, we just got married.
My wife looked down and she did 6 rescue breaths, and she said that after the 6th breath I did this kind of looked away nod and just quit breathing. And then to her understanding and remembrance, she had said within 4 or 5 minutes later there was 10 to 15 white coats coming in there, doctors and EMTs.
One little nurse jumped on top of his chest and started doing CPR on his chest, and as I was walking out, and I called my mom immediately and then asked her to pray. I called my daughter and asked her to pray, and our friends that they were with, just to begin praying for him. But when I looked back at all my phone call log, it was about 18 minutes total.
You watch some movies about death and dying, and it's real deep. You get kind of emotional inside, and you see the person have an out-of-body experience, and that's what I experienced. It was, I kind of felt myself or seen myself float up out of my body, my soul or spirit, whatever you would call it, and seen a bright light. It was like a mix between maybe yellow and whitish, just real bright. It was in my remembrance. Then I was standing by a beautiful being, just a man or somebody just standing there. It was a comforting. It wasn't like something to be scared of. It was a warming feeling of comfort, he was there and kind of watched like your guardian angel kind of thing. And it wasn't like something to be shown away from or anything like that. It wasn't like flesh and blood. It was more of a light, a warm light feeling. But it was because I had physically seen, as I looked down, somebody standing there, but I couldn't depict who it was or who it could have been. As far as I remember, I couldn't really see what they're wearing. So it wasn't, you're just an example of the robe or wings or people, the angels, but it was a safe feeling. It was good. And everything's going to be fine. And, I guess it's not my time. And my wife had prayed.
Yeah, it was just more like strength that came over me, because I didn't cry, I didn't scream. I just felt very calm.
And I was looking down, and within a few minutes, I was back in my body. And next thing you know, my eyes were open. 2 days later, I wake up with a tube out of my throat because I had to put an ET tube so I could breathe at night. And that's what I remember. It was pretty crazy. I mean, I've had crazy dreams, and this was no dream. It was actual, your spirit leaving your body and being by being and watching your body and looking over, and then all of a sudden a few minutes later, you're back into your physical being. I guess the doctor explained that they were getting ready to do the EpiPen into my heart, and they had it already, and then my heart started slowly coming back to beats, and then that's when they knew they didn't have to do the EpiPen. I think if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you right now, or explaining to people, or anybody that I come across. Yeah, I look at life as more precious than anything. I'm always appreciative of life. I see how people treat each other. Life is too short. Now I have a better outlook on stuff. I take my time. I try to take my time on things that I do. I'm not in so much of a hurry like I used to. I mean, we're just in a physical being right now, and walking around on this earth, and but that was an awakening. Is what it felt like, and then to see it and experience it, and still be alive, and just to be with my life again, it was great.